You are cruising down the road and suddenly notice that your truck is taking an absolute eternity to complete its active regeneration cycle. Or maybe that annoying orange engine light just popped up to ruin your afternoon drive. When you plug in your diagnostic tool and see the code P2142, your car is telling you that the exhaust gas recirculation throttle position control circuit A has a high voltage condition. Now, do not confuse this with your main engine throttle body. This specific valve lives between your intake manifold and the air filter, and its job is to create a tiny bit of vacuum to help suck those spent exhaust gases back into the intake for a cleaner burn. The powertrain control module, or the PCM as we call it, is the boss that tells this valve exactly where to stand. When you get a circuit high reading, it almost always points toward a stubborn electrical issue like a short to voltage or a connector that has finally given up the ghost. Before you start panicking about expensive repairs, you should always check the technical service bulletins for your specific Jeep, Chrysler, or Ford, because sometimes the manufacturer already knows about a faulty batch of parts. Get under the hood and find that valve. Look closely at the wiring for any signs of rubbing, bare copper, or melted plastic because the heat under there is brutal. Pull the connector apart and check those tiny metal pins for any green crusty corrosion or burnt spots. If you see that green tint, grab some electrical contact cleaner and a soft brush to give it a good scrub, then pack it with dielectric silicone grease to keep the moisture out. If the cleaning does not do the trick, you need to break out your digital volt ohm meter. Disconnect the harness and check for that 5-volt reference signal from the computer. If you see a full 12 volts where there should only be 5, you have definitely found a short in the wiring or even a failing computer, though that is pretty rare. A great trick is to use a test light connected to the battery positive and touch the ground circuit of the valve. If it does not light up, you have found your broken path. Wiggle the harness while you watch that light, and if it flickers, you have an intermittent connection that has been lying to your computer this whole time. Most of the time, the valve itself has just shorted out internally and needs to be replaced, but doing this methodical check first will save you from throwing parts at a problem that was actually just a frayed wire or a loose plug. Keeping this system happy is crucial because if that valve fails, your diesel particulate filter will struggle to get hot enough to burn off the soot, which eventually leads to a choked engine and a massive loss of power that no truck owner wants to deal with.